Confess Jesus Now, TikTok, and I figured I'd take this little time. I'm at work, I ain't got no problems yet, nothing like that, but y'all know what it is, DVN, man, Dirty Birds. I figured I'd take this time to address the Jonathan Vilma and the whole Bounty Gate situation and stuff. And since they've been suspended and all that, they done appealed and all of that stuff. And I just want to say, I never judge a man unless I truly know facts, which I don't. But honestly, I see no reason for Roger Goodell to take it to this extent if he didn't have the sufficient evidence. And I've also heard former players confirm that this type of stuff happens. So, I mean, put two and two together, ain't nobody stupid. But I just want to say, if this is true, these allegations from all those players are true, and these guys are denying it, not just denying it, but demanding that, Goodell accuse himself and all this crazy stuff, and, trying to uphold their images and stuff. I'm a guy that if you did it, you stand up and admit it. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't mean for that to rhyme. But if you did it, you stand up and admit it. You know what I'm saying? And just take your licks and just keep trucking. That's what you got to do. And I think Jonathan Vilma specifically, because he's been the forefront of this whole thing, regardless of how Roger Goodell's personality is, if you know that you were in that paid for play stuff, and for you to behave for him to behave the way he's been behaving, I just think it's disgusting. There's no other word for it. I mean, you could have just came out and apologized or just appealed the actual decision, but don't try to say that you didn't do it. I just don't believe in that. And just like I saw Sports Live and ATL's video where he said like you need another reason to hate the Saints. But this just gives you another reason. How dare you, Jonathan Vilma, come on, try to take on this situation as if you're totally innocent, if in fact you did do it. And like I said, I've heard numerous players. No player, former player that I have heard talk has denied the fact that this does exist. This type of thing does exist, and I just think it's disgusting. I think it's just sickening for him to behave, Jonathan Vilma specifically, because the other guys, Heath Evans and those other guys who were involved with it that were suspended, some of them did deny it, but the way Jonathan Vilma, he's just demanding this and that, and it's almost like he's thumbing his nose at the authority, and I just think it's disgusting, man. You're a role model, man, and it's bad enough that you're paying to hurt people and stuff like that, and you're involved with this. That's bad enough, but for you to kind of thumb your nose at the authority and you played the way you played. I mean, he's a great player, but if you look at those games back in the time frame that these accusations were brought forth, or that they were placed, the time frame that these accusations are placed in that game against the Cardinals and the Vikings and stuff like that, you can see the way those guys were playing back then. I mean, if you put two and two together, it's hard to side with the players, if you ask me. And I mean, Roger Goodell, he's taking a lot of flack about this whole, his whole demeanor as trying to kind of being a tyrant. But I think he's cleaning up the game, and I appreciate it. The only thing I didn't really like was the whole moving the kickoff back. I didn't too much particularly like that, but you got to admit, concussions have gone down on kickoffs and injuries have gone down on kickoffs since that happened. And I just think he's cleaning up the game, and he's making these guys have a good image, and I think it's good for the game. I don't think we're headed towards the game being outlawed or nothing like that, and I appreciate what Roger Goodell is doing. But I just wanted to say, if in fact these accusations are true, the whole Bounty Gate thing, Jonathan Vilma is a disgusting man, and he has a disgusting personality to behave the way he's behaving, and to kind of thumb his nose at the authority and demand that he plays. I mean, he did play, and I think that's a disgrace in itself for him to even have to be able to play. If in fact, like I said, if in fact this stuff is true, which is proven to be true, and like I said, I don't see a reason for Roger Goodell to take it to this extent if he didn't have the sufficient evidence. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I can go on and on because I just think it's hideous. I think it's disgusting. Like I said, Jonathan Vilma, and not the rest of the guys. Like I said, they did deny it, but they didn't take it to the extent that Jonathan Vilma's taking it to. And I just feel like he has a hideous personality, man. If in fact this stuff is true, and that's pretty much it. Let me stop before I spend my whole break talking about this, man. Because like I said, I can go on and on. The Saints suck, and we that. Confess Jesus now. TikTok.